Hello friends, welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through how you can install the Postgres software in your PC for your data analysis. So I'm going to take you step by step everything you need to do from downloading this software application to installing it in your PC and launching it. So I'm going to walk you through each step. And in this video, I may not cover the overview of the interface, but I will ensure that you're able to install the application successfully in your PC. So I want you to follow me as we do it together. The first step in installing the application is to launch your favorite browser. In my case, I'm using Google Chrome. So when you open your Google Chrome, just type PostgreSQL download and open it. So the first option we have here, I'm just going to click on this, and because I'm using Windows, I'm going to choose the Windows option. So when you come under packages and installer, I'm going to choose Windows option, and it takes us to this window installers page. Click on this download the installer, right? Click on this, and when you do that, it takes you to the download PostgreSQL. Here again, because I'm using Windows, I'm going to choose my options from the Windows column, right? So we have the latest version, which is 18.1. So I'm going to click on this icon, and the download should start immediately. So it doesn't take time. Very soon you will see it start. So you can see that it has started now downloading. You just need to give it some seconds, and then you have it downloaded in your PC. Now I've actually downloaded this before now, so I'm going to pause this download and guide you through the installation. So but for you, you will need to wait quietly or patiently as the application downloads, and after which you can follow on to the end in order to install the application successfully in your PC. All right, so that's said, let me close this one. And now after yours has finished downloading, you will have it this way: Postgres 18.1, Windows, and all that. So click on the app, and it will bring up a pop-up in your PC. You may not be able to see this in mine, but yours will show. But let me read it out. It says, do you want to allow this app from an unknown publisher make changes to your device? The answer is yes, because you want to have it installed in your PC. So I'm going to click on yes, and after a few seconds, a setup wizard should pop up on our screen, and we can begin the installation process. So you can see it is coming up, EDB Postgres. So you can see the setup wizard is up. I'm going to click on next and keep everything as it is. Click on next. And the only change I'm going to make to this, because I don't want the stack builder to be there, I would need the Postgres server, because this is going to be running on a local host. I don't want to go into that technical detail, but just allow the Postgres server to be there. The pgAdmin is also going to be there. Then but for the stack builder, I don't need it, so I'm going to uncheck the box. The command line too is necessary, even though we might not be using it, but the one you will be using most frequently, it's the pgAdmin. It's more like an interface that allows you to create databases, create tables, run queries, and all of that. Then I'm going to click on, and you can as well do that in the CLI, but the command line interface, but I don't need that. This is more beginner friendly, and you could literally, do everything that the command line interface grants you access to in a more intuitive, easy to understand way. So pgAdmin, it's a great app for you when you are using Postgres. So I'm going to click on next. I'm also going to keep this as it is and click on next. And here, it's important to provide your password. I've always encouraged, keep it very simple. Nothing so serious here. So just keep it very simple. So mine, I'm going to choose a very simple 5 digits password. And you're also expected to repeat the password here. So I'm going to repeat exactly the same thing. And why you need to know your password? It's because when the application is done installing, you would need to launch it. And in the course of launching it, you would need to enter the same password. So please, if need be, write the password somewhere. Otherwise, just ensure you take note of the password. Is that okay? So I'm going to click on next. This is the port. Take note of the port. You don't necessarily need to memorize it, but it may be needful to know what the port is. So I'm also going to click on next, but please do not make any changes to it. So I'm going to click on next, leave it at default, next, next again, so that the installation process can begin. And right now, the installation process has begun. Sometimes this installation process could take like 10, 15, 20 minutes depending on the processing speed of your PC. But however long it takes, it's not a problem, right? So you just need to be patient while it fully installs in your PC. So I'm going to wait and possibly fast forward the video so that we can complete the installation process and launch the application. Okay, so the installation process is done now. So I'm going to click on finish, and we now have PostgreSQL installed in our PC. So the next thing we are going to do would be to launch it, and there's just a few basic things you can do. So you come to your search box and type something like pgAdmin, and then you see this pgAdmin. So I'm going to click on pgAdmin and allow the application to launch. Right, so it doesn't really take so much time to launch. So when it launches, it's going to look like this. Yours might have the light interface. Mine is dark because I had changed it in my previous installation. But if you want to change yours to dark like mine, just go to File, Preferences, and then you will see an option to guide you on how to do that. Alright, so the next thing we are going to do now would be to click on this servers. Just click on it and this will show up. And we have Postgres version 17 and the latest one, which is version 18. So if I click on this icon, it toggles it down. So right now, if I want to create like a database, I just need to right click on databases, and you see create database, and this shows up. I'll create a database, so I'll call it test underscore db and click on save. Okay, so you can see I now have a database created, and if I want to create a table, I could just click on schemas, go down to tables, right click on it, create table, and I can create a table here and all that. So that is not what I want to cover in this video. I think at this point we are done with the video. So you've seen how to download the application, run the installation successfully, and also be able to launch it. Okay, so that said, that brings us to the end of this video. If you like this video, please kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel and also like the video and share with those who might need it. Is that okay? So I'll see you in the next video. Do have a wonderful day. Bye.